Tengen, often referred to as Master Tengen, is a supporting character in the Jujutsu Kaisen series. She is an immortal Jujutsu sorcerer that remains within her chamber, the tombs of the Star Corridor, at all times in order to reinforce the barriers that protect both Jujutsu High locations. Master Tengen is also known as the Star. At one time, they were responsible for preaching the foundation of Jujutsu sorcerers and ended up spawning religious groups that worship the Star as their deity. Tengen is viewed as an immortal entity and a pillar of security within the Jujutsu community, not a fighter or someone who interacts with the everyday functions of the world. Tengen's abilities are essential to the structure and organization of Jujutsu society. They have existed for centuries and are responsible for teaching the foundations of Jujutsu that eventually evolved into the modern-day culture surrounding it. Tengen is the most potent barrier user among all Jujutsu sorcerers, even superior to Kenjaku. Tengen created and maintained 4 pure barriers that improved cursed spirit suppression and the barriers cast by Jujutsu High assistant managers. However, Tengen is a non-combatant and doesn't use Jujutsu for fighting. As far as combat, Kenjaku told his allies to consider Tengen a non-factor, though it was believed that Tengen could pose a threat to humanity once they evolved and their sense of self diminished. Tengen maintained their self-awareness through force of will and barriers. Tengen requested strong sorcerers for protection because they are a non-combatant. Even so, Tengen supported the aforementioned sorcerers in battle. Tengen contributed to Yuki and Choso's fight against Kenjaku by manipulating the empty barriers that served as the setting. Tengen, Yuki, and Choso strategized for the encounter beforehand, and the former contributed to the actual fight by dispelling their empty barriers to destroy Kenjaku's domain. Tengen also served as a distraction where they could in order to give Yuki and Choso any advantage possible. Immortality grants Tengen eternal life, just as the name implies. It does not stop them from aging, so their body and technique must be reset every 500 years. In 2006, Tengen failed to merge with a star plasma vessel and evolved into more of a cursed spirit than a human. They have maintained their self-awareness, but their very self has become the world in a sense. Jujutsu High barriers. There is a barrier at both Jujutsu High locations. It changes the appearance of the layout of the buildings every day to hide the school's existence from the public. These barriers are effective for hiding the school, but not necessarily protecting it from infiltration. If an individual already knows the location of Jujutsu High beforehand, the barrier isn't difficult to get into. Concealing barriers. The entrance to the tombs of the Star Corridor is protected by a barrier that manipulates over 1,000 shuffling doors. The entrance is constantly changing while only one door is connected to the pathway leading to the tombs. On that same pathway is Jujutsu High's cursed warehouse that stores cursed tools and cursed objects. Master Tengen's shrine itself is the base of all their barriers across Japan. The shrine is protected by a different barrier altogether that only allows those invited to enter. Empty barriers. Completely vacant barriers where the edge is defined by an outer shell made of hexagonal panels. There are numerous empty barriers above the tombs of the star. Pure barriers. A superior type of barrier that raises the precision of Tengen's cursed spirit suppression and the barrier techniques cast by assistant managers from Jujutsu High. 4 of them: the Imperial Palace, the Tombs of the Star, the Yamakuni Mausoleum, and Mount Hida, are crucial to the Jujutsu world. Tengen is the most important character in the Jujutsu Kaisen world because she is the literal foundation holding Jujutsu society together. Without Tengen's barrier techniques, Japan would be overrun by cursed spirits. Her barriers don't just protect schools and civilians. They stabilize the flow of cursed energy across the country, making modern Jujutsu possible in the first place. Tengen's immortality and gradual evolution also shape major conflicts, influencing the rise of powerful sorcerers, the existence of star plasma vessels, and even Kenjaku's centuries-long plan. In short, while fighters like Gojo dominate battles, Tengen controls the environment those battles exist in,